Good morning, everyone. In this video lesson, we are going to study about transmitters and receivers. Upon completion of this topic, you will be able to learn about what is a transmitter, what are the different types of transmitters, functions of transmitter, specifications of transmitter, and what are the basic requirements of transmitter. So these are the objectives we are going to study after completion of this lesson. And in the last class, we studied about basic analog communication system. We have input transducer. In case of voice, the input transducer is a microphone. Microphone converts the sound pressure variations which we are speaking into an electrical signal. That electrical signal is applied to a transmitter where we do some processing in the transmitter. Transmitter converts this low frequency message signal into a form suitable for transmission through a communication channel. The transmitter is an electronic equipment that accepts the message signal to be transmitted and impresses the message signal onto a carrier, and then it is amplified and applied to a transmitting antenna. The modulated signal is radiated using transmitting antenna here, propagated through the channel, through a communication channel. Noise is added in the communication channel, and at the receiver, we pick up the message signal. Receiver has the function of selecting the desired signal from the received signal while rejecting the unwanted signals. So the function of the receiver is it has to select the desired signal from all the unwanted signals. The signal at the receiver is generally weak, and hence it must be performed in the receiver for the purpose of amplification. Not only that, we can recover the original message signal in the receiver, and that signal is applied to an output transducer. Output transducer in case of voice is the loudspeaker, where the message signal in the electrical form is converted again into a sound. And hence the transmitter, we are in this lesson, we are interested in studying about the transmitter. What is a transmitter? What are the basic functions of the transmitter? What are the different types of transmitters? And what are the various specifications of transmission? We are going to study in detail in this particular video lesson. The transmitter is an electronic equipment that accepts the message signal to be transmitted and converted into an electric signal by using transducer, and converts into RF signal by using RF signal is a modulated signal. We have electronic processors to process the signal. So the sound signal, which is sound which is converted into electrical signal by using suitable transducer, then we get a electrical or electronic signal that is processed, removing the unwanted signal, and then modulation and power amplification. After that, that signal is radiated using transmitter. We can make use of either amplitude modulation transmitter or DSBSC transmitter. In this example, it is showing the DSBSC transmitter. You can also transmit EM wave or FM wave. The type of the transmitter depends upon the type of the modulation used, and this modulated signal is applied to a transmitting antenna, and hence the transmitter must generate a signal of the correct carrier frequency. It must provide some form of radiation. Radiation is very important part because that signal has to travel to the large distance. it must provide sufficient power amplification to ensure that the signal to be transmitted and converted into an RF signal capable of being transmitted over long distance. Every transmitter has three basic functions. What are the basic functions? Conversion, RF amplification, that is modulation, and then power amplification and transmission. So all radio transmitting system must therefore have a solution in generating high frequency carrier wave selection for converting the information or message signal into an electrical signal and amplifying it to the required level for increasing the signal level, and then the modulated wave must be amplified in power amplification, and then it is applied to an antenna system for transmitting these signals into the free space. So the transmitters are usually classified depending upon the signal to be transmitted, type of modulation employed, the carrier frequency used, or the type of the radio waves radiated by the system. And hence a transmitter may be named as a broadcast transmitter, telephone transmitter, telegraph transmitter, fast mail transmitter, depending upon whether the signal is entertainment program or speech or code or picture transmission. So we have the basic functions of the transmitter: converting the voice signal into electrical signal and then processing it to get the desired message signal, and then we have the transmitter modulation, power amplification, transmission using transmitting antenna. Signal is propagated through the channel and that electromagnetic wave is picked up in the receiver. We have a receiving antenna. The signal is picked up. The receiving antenna converts the modulated electromagnetic wave into an electrical wave. Then it is applied to a receiver. We have so many functions in the receiver. We receive the signal, then amplify the received signal, then we do the demodulation in the receiver, then we process it like power amplification, audio amplification, and then we are recovering this electronic signal and it is applied to the transducer where we convert this electrical signal into a waves which we can able to listen. So this is the total process involved in the communication system. So what is a transmitter? So we are interested in this particular topic. We are interested in studying about the basic concepts of the transmitter. So transmitter is a system which radiates the electromagnetic signal with the help of antenna. It has several subsystems, from the elementary telegraph and telephone systems to the latest satellite and optical fiber communication system. So transmitters involves the old versions of telegraphy and landline telephone systems to the latest satellite communication and optical fiber communication systems. Transmitter is an electronic equipment that accepts message signal to be transmitted and convert it into RF signal using modulation process and amplify the power level of the modulated signal and further radiates into space using antenna. And what are the basic functions of the transmitter? It has to accept the message signal that we want to transmit from transmitter to receiver, then convert that message signal into RF signal using the process called modulation. The modulated signal is amplified sufficiently by using power amplifiers to get the sufficient power level of the modulated signal, and after amplification it is radiated into space using antenna. So these are the basic functions of the transmitter. So transmitter is an electronic equipment that accept the message signal to be transmitted and impresses the message signal onto a carrier wave, and then it is amplified and applied to a transmitting antenna. The modulated signal is radiated and propagated and is collected by the receiving antenna. So these are the basic blocks of the transmitter. A general purpose transmitter. We have a microphone converting voice into electrical signal. If it is a video transmission, video camera is used here, that depending upon the type of the message signal which we want to transmit, we have to use that type of the transducers. So we require a mic for case of voice transmission. Mic converts sound into electrical signal, then it is applied to one audio stage. Audio stage is audio amplifier, removing the noise picked up by the microphone. Filters are used, amplifying the message signal. Then it is applied to modulator. The second block is the modulator, where we can modulate the message signal. This message signal is of low frequency, and once we process the message signal in the modulator, we have different types of modulators: AM modulator, DSB-SC modulator, SSB modulator, VSB modulator, FM modulator, phase modulator, etc. Use the type of the modulator. With the help of the carrier, we are modulating it. So carrier generator is required. This block 3 is the RF frequency generator. It can be used as a carrier. With the help of this carrier, the message signal is modulated in the modulator. Then this modulated signal is applied to the fourth block. This block is the RF power amplifier. This modulated signal is applied to a power amplifier to increase the power level, because we are transmitting this modulated signal to large distance. Depending upon the type of the transmitter and distance between transmitter and receiver, we use the power amplifier stages in the fourth block here. So there are a simple transmitter consists of 4 important blocks. Microphone is a transducer converting sound into electrical signal. Then it is applied to audio processing stage, audio amplifiers, noise removing, filtering, and then modulation is done with the help of the carrier generated in the RF frequency generator. The modulated RF signal is applied to a power amplifier. Then after power amplification, it is applied to the transmitting antenna. This transmitting antenna converts the RF modulated signal into electromagnetic waves. So these are the basic functions of the transmitter. The same thing is shown in another diagram. We have a signal. Then it is applied to a modulator. This oscillator generates the carrier. With the help of the carrier, the message signal is modulated. Then is applied to driver stages. So we cannot directly connect the power amplifier to the modulator. The output of the modulator, that means the output impedance of the modulator and the input impedance of the power amplifier sometimes cannot be matched, and then in order to provide impedance matching between the modulator and power amplifiers, we are going to use different driver amplifier stages, so that there is a proper modulated power transmission amplification in the power amplification, and then it is further radiated into the space by using transmitting antenna. And this is the AM radio system. We have a transmitter, and it is applied to a transmitting antenna. Antenna is located on the top of the power tower, and this antenna must be of omnidirectional antenna, because around this geographical area, circular path, circular area, there are AM radio receivers. They can pick up this particular transmitted channel by using AM radio. And we have types of transmitters. Transmitters are usually classified depending upon the type of the signal to be transmitted, type of the modulation employed, the carrier frequency used, or the type of the radio waves radiated through the system. So according these types, we have different types of transmitters. So types of the transmitters are based upon according to the type of the modulation, then according to the type of the service involved, according to the frequency range, and according to the power level which we are transmitting from transmitting end. So this is the main classification. Types of the transmitters according to the modulation. The first category is the type of the transmitters. According to the type of the modulation, we have, depending upon the type of the modulation we used in the transmitter, we have AM transmitters, FM transmitter, PM transmitter. AM transmitter is the amplitude modulation transmitter. In this type of transmitter, amplitude modulation is used. Such transmitters are used for radio broadcast on long, medium, and short waves, radio telephony on short waves, radio telegraphy on short waves. So the basic form of modulation in AM transmitter is the amplitude modulation. You can go other variations also, DSBSC modulation, SSB modulation, and VSB modulation. In case of TV transmitter, for transmitting the video signals, we use the VSB modulation. This particular AM transmitter, we call it as a VSB transmitter. We have also FM transmitter. So FM transmitter, it is a frequency modulated transmitter. Frequency modulation is used in this transmitter. Such transmitters are used for radio broadcast in VHF and UHF range, television sound broadcast in VHF and UHF range, radio telephony in UHF and VHF range. Over short distances are the examples for the frequency modulation transmitters. Radio FM broadcast band is from 88 to 198 megahertz. That also include in the FM transmitter band. Then we have the PM transmitter, phase modulation transmitter. In this type of transmitter, pulse modulation, such as pulse amplitude modulation, pulse width modulation, pulse position modulation can be used. And according to the type of the service, we can classify the transmitters into radio broadcast transmitters, radio telegraph transmitters, radio telephone transmitter, TV transmitter, or radar transmitter. This is according to the type of the service. If the service is radio broadcast, we call it as a radio broadcast transmitter. Radio broadcast transmitter. These are designed for transmitting speeches, talks, musics, etc. for information and recreation of the people. Electromagnetic energy is radiated from the transmitting antenna. Large number of persons may be able to receive the information with the help of the radio receivers. These broadcast transmitters may be either amplitude modulated or frequency modulated transmitters. The AM broadcast transmitter operates on long wave, medium wave, and short wave and radiates carrier power as low as 1 kilowatt and as high as 100 kilowatts, depending upon the type of the power level. The FM broadcast transmitters operate on very short wave and ultra short wave and radiates carrier power of order 100 kilowatts. The next category is the radio telegraph transmitter. These are designed for transmitting telephone signals, telegraph signals. from one station to another. This may either be AM or FM. When point-to-point communication is involved, transmitting antennas are highly directional so that electromagnetic energy is beamed into narrow beam directed towards the receiving antenna. The next type of transmitter is the radio telephone transmitter. These are designed for transmitting telephone signals over long distance by radio means. The transmitting antenna is designed for beaming the electromagnetic energy into narrow beam directed towards distant receiving antenna. Amplitude and frequency modulation may be used in radio telephone transmitter. AM transmitter works in shortwave with output power of 100 kilowatts and are used for point-to-point communication. FM transmitter works on UHF, carries small power levels than 1 kilowatt and is used for short distance communication purposes. Then the next category is the TV transmitter. Television broadcast requires two transmitters, one for transmission of the picture and the other for transmission of the sound. Both operate in VHF or UHF range. Video information is modulated using amplitude modulation, vestigial sideband modulation technique, and for transmission of sound, frequency modulation is employed. The total bandwidth occupied by one TV channel is about 7 megahertz because it carries both audio as well as video information. Then the next type of transmitter is the radar transmitter. Radar stands for radio detection and ranging. Radar may be of two types, pulse radar and continuous wave radar. Pulse modulation is used in pulse radar transmitters, whereas continuous wave modulation is used in CW radar. It uses high output power, that is 100 kilowatts peak, and operates at microwave frequencies, typically 3 gigahertz. So radar is used for gathering information about the distant objects. For example, the movements of the aircraft in the space. We can know the velocity of the aircraft. We can know the distance, that is the range from aircraft to the uh, transmitting radar equipment, aerodrome. We can also know about the azimuth angle, elevation angle, and we can know the information about the aircraft movement. So in that case, we have radar transmitters, particularly operated at microwave frequency range for the purpose of transmission to long distance. So CW radar transmitters may use frequency modulation and uses Doppler effect for the calculation of velocity of the target. And we also have the navigational transmitters, a number of navigational aids using special type of radio transmitters and receivers are used nowadays for sea and air navigation. So radio aids are used for landing of aircraft. Several other radio transmitters are provided at airport for surveillance. So transmitters, we have number of radio transmitters depending upon the type of the service. So according to the carrier frequency used, we can classify the transmitters into long wave transmitter, medium wave transmitter, short wave transmitter, VHF, UHF, and microwave transmitters. Long wave transmitter, these transmitters operated on long waves, that is on frequencies below 300 kilohertz. These are operated on frequencies below 300 kilohertz. Such transmitters are used for broadcast in countries where atmospheric disturbances on long waves are not severe. Then the next category is the medium wave transmitter. These transmitters operate on frequencies in the range from 530 kilohertz to 1640 kilohertz and are usually used for broadcast applications. This band is also called as broadcast band, or medium wave frequency band. And the next category is the shortwave transmitter. These transmitters operate on frequencies in the range from 3 to 30 megahertz. In practice, frequencies beyond 24 megahertz are not used in this ionosphere. Propagation of electromagnetic waves takes place at short waves. The attenuation of radio waves traveling from the transmitting antenna to the distant receiving antenna through ionosphere is small, hence the carrier required to be radiated from the transmitting antenna is small. For navigational broadcast, the carrier power used may vary from about 1 kilowatt to 10 kilowatts. For overseas broadcast, certain amount of beaming of power is required. In addition to large amount of power, 10 kilowatts to 100 kilowatts to be radiated from radio, telephone, working over long distance and shortwave, highly directional transmitting and receiving antennas are used for shortwave transmitter. The next type of transmitter, depending upon the carrier frequency used, is the VHF, UHF, and microwave transmitters. These transmitters operate either in UHF range or in VHF range or in the microwave range and are used for FM broadcast, TV broadcast, FM radio telephony, microwave frequencies beyond 1 gigahertz are used for radar applications, TV relay applications, microwave links between different places. According to the transmitter power level, they are classified into low power transmitters or low level transmitters, medium power transmitters or medium level transmitters, high power transmitters or high level transmitters. If the power level transmission is less than 1 kilowatt, we call it as low level transmitter. If the power level of transmission is greater than 1 kilowatt and less than 10 kilowatt, we call it as medium power transmitter. And high power transmitters radiates power level greater than 10 kilowatts. And this is the basic black diagram of AM transmitter. We have the audio signal. Audio signal is applied to pre-amplifier. This audio signal is coming from the microphone. Microphone converts voice into electrical signal. That electrical audio signal is applied to pre-amplifier. For amplification, we also use a low pass filter to remove the unwanted noise picked up by the microphone here. Then this purified, amplified audio signal is AM modulated with the help of the RF oscillator, and this RF oscillator generates the carrier frequency required for this AM modulator. The message signal is modulated by using amplitude modulation with the help of the RF carrier in this AM transmitter. Then it is applied to power amplifier. Depending upon the power level, we can categorize it into low power or medium power or high power amplifiers. After power amplification, it is applied to transmitting antenna for conversion of this modulated message signal into electromagnetic wave for further propagation to distant end. So the basic form of modulation in AM transmitter is the AM modulation. The type of the modulation is a AM modulator. So the message signal is amplified, removing the unwanted noise picked up by the microphone in the preamplifier. Then amplitude modulation is done in the AM modulator with the help of the generated carrier frequency. Then this AM wave is power amplified, then transmitted using transmitting antenna. The various blocks in the transmitter are we have a microphone, which is used to convert sound pressure variation, which we are speaking through microphone, into an electrical signal. Audio amplifier, it amplifies the audio level of the output of the microphone. The microphone output is a electrical signal, but the power level, audio level is very low in the order of millivolts or microvolts. We need to amplify it before modulation, and hence we have the audio amplifier. Then oscillator is used to generate the carrier. RF amplifier is used to amplify the modulated RF signal, and modulator is used to modulate the message signal with the help of the carrier. And then that modulated signal is applied to modulated RF amplifier. After modulation also we do the amplification. That amplifier we call it as modulated RF amplifier for getting the amplification of the modulated signal. Then we have the transmitting antenna for radiating the modulated signal into the space. So microphone is a device which converts sound waves into electrical waves. The output of the microphone is fed to multi-stage audio amplifier. Single stage is not enough because to get microvolts level to some volts level, it takes so many stages. That is why we use multi-stage audio amplifier stages for raising the voltage level of the signal picked up by the microphone. So we can raise the signal strength to a sufficient level. Audio amplifier, audio signal from the microphone is quite weak and requires amplification. The audio amplifier is a multi-stage amplifier consisting of preamplifier. Preamplifier is used to provide the impedance matching, and it is applied to voltage amplifier to increase the voltage level, and then we have the driver amplifier, so that output of the audio amplifier is connected to the modulator. Proper impedance matching is to be done with the help of the driver amplifier. So audio amplifier is a multi-stage amplifier. First block is the preamplifier, where the output of the microphone is connected to the voltage amplifier with the help of the preamplifier. The sufficient voltage level is increased. Then the output of the voltage amplifier that cannot be directly fed to the modulator, we require impedance matching, and hence voltage amplifier output is applied to driver amplifier for providing impedance matching. Not only that, sufficient power level is to be increased, so we can apply to the power amplifier. So these are the number of multi-stage cascading stages that we have in audio amplifier. From microphone, output of the microphone is applied to the chain of the multi-stage amplifiers before applying it to a modulator. Preamplifier, to connect the output of the microphone to the voltage amplifier, impedance matching is to be provided so that there is a better coupling from one device to other. This amplifier provides impedance matching circuit, not only providing amplification at one stage. Then we use common emitter amplifier to increase the voltage level. Then we apply class A or class B power amplifiers to increase the power level of the message signal. Then it is applied to driver amplifier for impedance matching purposes to connect it to the modulator. So audio amplifier, audio signal from the microphone is very low in strength, so it requires amplification. So audio amplifier is a multi-stage amplifier consisting of preamplifiers, voltage amplifier, driver amplifier, and a power amplifier. The output of this audio amplifier is connected to the modulator oscillator. The function of the oscillator is to produce a high frequency signal. We call it as a carrier. This oscillator, we also call it as carrier oscillator or carrier generator or RF signal generator. Normally, a crystal oscillator is employed for obtaining high degree of frequency stability in case of amplitude modulation. In case of frequency modulation, we cannot use crystal oscillator because crystal oscillator provides high stability In frequency modulation, we need to vary the frequency of the carrier. That is the reason fixed frequency oscillators cannot be used in FM modulation. It is also known as sometimes master oscillator, which is the source for a carrier frequency. So the oscillator is the high frequency signal generator, or a carrier oscillator, or a carrier generator, or a crystal oscillator, or it can be a master oscillator, which is used to generate the carrier frequency for the purpose modulation in the modulator. RF amplified, the power level of the carrier is raised to a sufficient level by using radio frequency amplifier stage. Sometimes the carrier generated by using crystal oscillator, it is of low power level. Then we can apply to the RF amplifier to increase the power level before modulation for high power applications. Normally, a power amplifier is empowered to raise the power level of the carrier. The next step is the modulator. The amplifier, audio signal, and the carrier are fed to the modulator. The resultant wave is called a modulated signal. So we have AF signal, audio frequency signal from microphone to audio amplifier. So many cascading stages are there here. Then carrier generator. Then these two are applied to a modulator. If it is a modulator, if the purpose is amplitude modulation, we use AM modulator here. The purpose is frequency modulation, we use the frequency modulation here. Depending upon the type of the modulator, we have to use that particular modulator here. Then we get the output, we call it as a modulated output. So the modulator places the message signal onto a carrier signal, we get the modulated signal. The modulator circuit depends on the type of the modulator. It can be AM, FM, PM, PCM, or any type of modulator. Then modulated RF amplifier. The modulated waves are further amplified to the required level in the modulated RF amplifier for transmission into space. Depending upon the power level at the transmitting antenna, transmitters are classified as low power transmitter, where the power level is less than 1 kilowatt. So if the power level is less than 1 kilowatt, we call it as a low power transmitter. So the modulated waves are amplified to the required level in the modulated RF amplifier for transmission into space. So depending upon the power level, if the power level is less than 1 kilowatt, we call it as low power transmitter. If the power level is less than 10 kilowatts, we call it as medium power transmitter. If the power level is greater than 10 kilowatts, we call it as high power transmitter. So depending upon the power level, modulated RF amplifier, we will be using either class A or class B or class C power amplifiers depending upon the power level transmission. If the power level transmission is less than 1 kilowatt, it is a low power transmitter or low level transmitter. If the power level is greater than 1 kilowatt and less than 10 kilowatts, we call it as medium power transmitter. If the power level is greater than 10 kilowatts, we call it as high power transmitter. So in the low level transmitter, the modulation process occurs at low power levels. The modulated signal is then subsequently amplified in a chain of linear class A or class AB amplifier to raise the power of the modulated signal to a level adequate for driving the transmitting antenna. In this method, one or more stages of linear amplifiers follow the modulated stages. These stages must be designed for linear and wideband operations. antenna. The modulated signals from the modulated RF amplifier is fed to the transmitting antenna, where these waves, these modulated signals are applied to into the space by using electromagnetic radiations. And hence, an antenna converts the modulated electrical signal into electromagnetic wave and for radiating into the space. Now we'll see the specifications of transmitters. Transmitters are specified depending upon the type of the transmitter or depending upon the carrier frequency and wavelength used, wave band in which transmission is done, radiated power output, nature of propagation. So the main specifications of the transmitters are type of the transmitter, carrier frequency and wavelength used for transmitter, wave band in which transmission is done, radiated power output, nature of propagation. We have specifications of AM transmitters. We also have specifications of FM transmitters. The specifications of AM transmitters are the amount of radiated output power, the carrier frequency used, bandwidth of the modulated signal, type of transmission, percentage depth of modulation, low level or high level modulation. Similarly, we also have the specifications of the FM transmitter, type of the FM transmitter, power transmitter, channel and band of operation, type of transmitter, FM broadcast or FM telegraph, maximum frequency deviation, method of generation of FM, whether a direct method of generation of FM or indirect method of generation of FM, bandwidth of the modulated signal. So these are the various specifications of transmitters. We also have the specifications of transmitters, amount of total power radiated, carrier frequency used, depth of modulation, allowable frequency deviation for the carrier in case of FM, bandwidth of the modulated signal, level of the modulation, type of the cooling systems employed, the power supply requirements. So these are the various specifications of the transmitters. How much power the transmitter is radiating, whether it is low power or medium power, how much is the carrier frequency, how much is the depth of modulation, what is the modulation index, how much frequency deviation we can allow for the carrier, how much is the bandwidth requirement for the modulated signal, whether it is a low level modulator or high level modulator, whether the cooling system is employed or not, whether it is water cooling or air conditioning, how much power supply it is taking. Based on this, transmitters are classified, specified. Now we'll see the requirements of the transmitters, the basic requirements of the transmitters, the frequency that must be distinguished from all other local transmitters. So then the specified FM frequency should be distinguished from all other local transmitters. Distortionless transmission. The transmission should be distortionless. It must amplify the power of the modulated signal to the sufficient level so that the signal may travel desired distance between the transmitter and receiver. The carrier frequency should be readily adjustable. The meaning of it is it should be readily adjustable. Most of the radio transmitters use crystal controlled master oscillator, in which case the carrier frequency cannot be readily changed. It is necessary in such radio transmitters to change the crystal in the master oscillator and tune all the tuned circuit in the subsequent tuned amplifier and harmonic generators accordingly. However, if conventional LC tuned circuit is used in the master oscillator, then the frequency of the oscillator may be readily changed over reasonable limits by varying either the capacitor or the inductance of the tuned circuit. Free from harmonics. It should be free from harmonics. There should not be any harmonic frequency. Sufficient power amplification should be there. So power amplifier should be used. Transmitters must provide sufficient power amplification to ensure that the signal level is high enough so that it will carry over the desired distance. It must provide some form of modulation that causes the information signal to modify the carrier signal. Generated carrier frequency must be exactly same as that of the specific value. The reason is every radiated transmitting station is allocated one or more frequencies at which it must operate. This has become necessary in order to avoid sidebands of one station completely or partially overlapping in frequency spectrum of the sidebands of any other radio stations. The carrier frequency is determined by the master oscillator frequency. The frequency generated by the master oscillator may be adjusted to any desired value by suitable selection of frequency determining components in the tank circuit of the master oscillator. This requirement is usually not difficult to meet. Of course, the master oscillator generates only sub-harmonics of the final carrier frequency, and the frequency is brought to the final value of the harmonic generators. Therefore, generated carrier frequency must be exactly same. Otherwise, there will be an interference from the nearby stations. Distortion have to be kept within the reasonable limit. It must produce a carrier signal of particular frequency. For particular frequency means it has to generate the same carrier frequency. Frequency drift should be small. By frequency drift, it means slow variation in the frequency with time. The maximum frequency drift permitted in radio transmitter is plus or minus 0.002% for short waves and UHF transmitters. By frequency scintillation is meant to observe abrupt changes in frequency caused mostly by abrupt variations in the load. And we have to see that frequency drift should be very small. In this topic, we have studied about definition of transmitter, basic components and functions of transmitter, requirements of transmitters, specification of transmitters. And these are the questions. The function of the transmitter is to transmit the signal. Number 2, the function of the transmitting antenna is to radiate the signal. Frequently asked questions. After listening to the lesson, one can answer these frequently asked questions. What is a transmitter? Mention the various blocks of the transmitter. Explain the block diagram of transmitter. Mention the specifications of transmitters. Classify transmitters. What are the basic requirements of transmitters?